What's up, Guzzi gang? It is sunny, but it is freezing today. But you know what? We don't care, because on the Guzzi, it's pretty warm due to the way the engine is designed. So just stay with me. I'm gonna go and investigate the rattle that I have, which occurred during my last long ride. I don't know what it is from. I mean, it's probably coming from the exhaust. There's nothing else there. I'll try to investigate it. It's so windy. And then we go for a ride. Got my camera. Hopefully hopefully the sound is going to be better. And then I want to share with you about how I've been going through, the hard times after the divorce, how I coped with the depression, okay? Stay with me. Well, I don't know what it could be. I mean, could it be that one? Or this one? But this one I did tighten it up. It's pretty tight. There's nothing really too tight here. I mean, there's only 2 screws there. And by the way, no, that's just dirt. Or could it be this one? It didn't sound as if it was this one. Let's just tighten it up anyway. Maybe that. Do you know what it could be? This is loose. And this one. Phew. But it did come from the exhaust. I'm just gonna tighten. Well, this is loose. Look, this one. It's actually loose. So I'm gonna tighten that up. I found the problem. Look, there is the problem. The screw is gone. That's what's rattling. I wonder how that happened. I mean, I didn't touch that one. Just lost it. Or maybe it was never there. Okay, I'm gonna go and find out where I can get. I need a new screw. I'm gonna go and get a screw. Try to get the screw, okay? Stay with me. No, I don't think I'll find what I need here, because the thing is the thread on this bolt. Look, it's quite a large thread, you see? So I assume it's a special bolt. Only for Guzzi. But I'll have a look. Stay with me. You know what? Couldn't find anything there. I'm a bit sad that it just fell out of there. I don't know if it's a Guzzi thing. Let me know in the comments if it's normal. But you know what? Screw the screw. I'll just wait until the Guzzi shop opens in a couple of days, and I'll just get an original one. I'll just go in there, and now let's just go for a ride instead. Because the weather is beautiful, although it's very windy, but whatever. Stay with me. Let's go. So I fitted the camera, and unfortunately, there is no sound. This is really a shitty camera. Do not buy a 40 quid camera on Amazon. I mean, probably you can make it work, and the microphone was plugged in, but I shoved it into the helmet, I think too far away from my mouth, because I didn't want the wind noise. But I think I overdid it, because there is absolutely no noise. So I give up on this camera. I'm getting another one. But I've been riding for, well, just over an hour. It was really cold. I was making some comments about the heated grips, how wonderful they were, and the heat from the engine and so on, but I really apologize for this bad quality, okay? but I'm working on it, and it will get better. Stay with me. I really found the spot here. Couldn't have been better. Yeah, it's very windy, very cold. I got cold in my fingertips at the end. But, you know, I'm not complaining. I'm really happy. I dropped my cap. I know exactly where I dropped it. It was at the parking where I went to see if I could find that, you know, the little bolt or the screw or whatever you call it. But it doesn't matter. I'm gonna go back and see if it's still there. I know exactly why I dropped it, because I opened my jacket. But what I wanted to share with you about, you know, what I've been doing to keep myself alive, actually, literally alive, because I've been through some losses the last many years. So first of all, I've been, you know, struggling with a chronic inflammation disease since I was 20. So for about 12 years I didn't know what was wrong with me, and then I was diagnosed, and then from then on, okay, I knew what it was, and well, I started to work on myself, you know, to get better. And you know, being sober and changing the diet is one of the reasons. But in 2016, so from my diagnosis, actually before I got diagnosed, I managed to raise, I was working in tech, you know, and I managed to raise a lot of money for a startup. So between 2011 and 2016, I worked with this startup, at the same time, you know, battling the chronic disease, and the startup didn't turn out. So actually we lost 12 million euros, and that was really hard for me. I had a near-death experience. I was so stressed, so sick, you know, and just so lost, so upset because of that. And the first time I was about to divorce was actually when I lost that company, because everything was so bad, and it was also bad at home, bad everywhere. But we managed to stay together and, you know, continue. It was not good, but I didn't want to separate from my, you know, from my child, and just wanted to try it, to do everything I can to, you know, to save their relationship and, you know, just be in it. But it didn't work out, as you know. But in 2018 I managed to start another company, and I lost that one as well. That was less than the previous one. It was about 1 million in total that we invested in the product. But then COVID came, you know, and there was panic, and it was very hard. It was impossible to sell anything during that time, and my budget just simply ran out. So I had to let go of the whole team, and I lost another one. And then I thought, okay, maybe I should not work within this industry anymore. I'm quite unlucky with that. I mean, I was lucky enough to get the funding, but I wasn't lucky to actually execute and make it work. And I don't think it has anything to do with luck. I think it has something to do with skill, for sure. And well, maybe both. I don't know what you think. But after that happened, I think, thank God that I kept on being sober, you know. But taking everything sober is not easy. And what I wanted to share with you in this video, how I managed to, you know, go through with it and still be here. Because after that, after the loss of the last, you know, company, I relocated to Ukraine, where my ex-wife was from, and you know what happened there? The war broke out. I mean, it's not funny, but again, I was not really lucky, because I bought the house right, literally in a small town right at the Russian border, you know, and and the shit hit the fan, and then yeah, it was pretty hard to be, there trying to make something during that time. I mean, you know, but I had savings, and I managed to go on for some time. And I have a hobby that I spent a lot of time on, so that was motivating me, going through all of the hard times. That because I had a goal, I needed to, work on the things that I really like doing. And also I focused on the physical, and I think that's the most important thing, the physical work. When I was in Ukraine, I was chopping wood, I was putting, I had to heat, there was like you had to, there's no central heating where I was, you have to do it, you have to burn the wood, chop the wood, cut the wood, stack the wood, and so on and so forth. So doing physical work really helped me during that time. But then when we decided, we didn't decide, but my ex-wife, she decided to become my ex-wife. And after that was actually the hardest part of my life, So the last 3 years was really hard. And I thought, okay, always wanted to go around the world, be in a never-ending summer. So I went to exotic places. I went to South, I went to Mexico. I spent a lot of time there. But you know what? To be honest with you, I felt so terrible just being there. Yeah, the beach was nice. It was, good weather did help, but I had a terrible sleep, and I wasn't doing any physical work. I was just on my computer, doing internet-related things, work-wise, and I felt absolutely terrible. I also had the worst sleep of my life during the time of the traveling. So I've had I think 2 years. Yeah, I've had 2 years of never-ending summer. So when I left Ukraine was summer 2023, and then I went to to different places where it was hot, and stayed throughout the winter. Came back to Europe for summer again. Went to Bali, and then again went backwards. I went to California and spent time there. So during that time, I've had absolutely terrible sleep because I believe that those of us who are born with seasons, we, the body and the subconsciousness and all of that is used to that. So my health got much worse, and I got even more depressed. So I don't want to make this too long, but if you are in that situation, what I recommend to you, because obviously I lost my career, I lost my main income. It was impossible for me to even think about raising any funds for any startups after all of those losses. I lost my kind of belief that I could achieve and become very successful, because it was a driver. So when a man loses the main income and the career, I think it's the hardest thing for us. There's so many men who drink, smoke, or die, just never ever recover after loss of main income or the career. And believe me, I was like, I didn't want to go on anymore at some point, really, especially when I was in Mexico. I just wanted to go to the desert and just be eaten, because I was so depressed and missed my family so much and my home. Yeah. So if you are in that situation, what really helped me the most, and it's very recent, the last 6 months, is doing physical work. Okay, I tried to get back into the game of what I was doing. It was impossible. So I thought, okay, I'll just do something else. And to be honest with you, I've just been doing a lot of physical work lately. I've been cleaning toilets, literally cleaning toilets, and moving rubbish, and just moving, just physical things, and just doing a lot of physical labor. And that just really is unbelievably healthy, because it takes your mind away from, from thinking. It takes your mind away from scrolling. I think the scrolling, actually, I've been, on the social media a lot during my travels. I think it makes us depressed, to constantly update the feed, even more depressed. So physical work, if you can't get back into your career, let's say that you've had a high paying job, and you lost it, and you don't know what to do, well, get something where you can move physically, and it's gonna take time, to get back into a happier state, but it is possible. And I'm definitely there now, not completely, but it's much better than it was like 3 years ago, or even just like 6 months ago. So, to cut the long story short, I already made the long story, but what I wanted to say is that physical, labor, physical work is the best antidepressant that I have discovered. I was recommended to go to the gym. I've also been in the gym, but going to the gym, I couldn't motivate myself always to do that. But to get a job where you have to do the physical work, otherwise you won't get paid. And I was completely broke, not completely, but much more broke than I used to be. You have to work, and then you really get your mind off things, and you don't have time for any scrolling or any social media. And you know what? You get so tired that you just have a great sleep. So if you're in this situation, get yourself a physical job, and you'll be out of your depression in no time. Obviously, stay away from drugs and alcohol and smoking, if you can. Alcohol is the worst one. Yeah. Smoking is not that bad, but all of those things, it's like you're taking a loan, but you gotta pay back. Anyway, I'm freezing. I want to go and get my cap. The day is just beautiful, but it's cold, and I hope it's useful. These videos, but that's what I want to share on this channel. And if it resonates, let me know. Let me know in the comments. And thank you for watching and subscribing. I might film something else, but if I won't, hopefully I will see you in the next video. Well, thank God there are nice people that do this kind. There it is. Ta-da. I'm really happy. Now I'm much happier than I was before, because I really like this one. What do you think about the GTR? Oh my God, I really love it. Hopefully one day I will be able to buy it. Oh my God, I really love that car. Never tried it. Have you? Anyway, I wanted to say that what was really important, during this hard period, is just to keep myself busy. Like, no matter how, down I felt, I always just did whatever I could. I've done I joined a group which does mentoring for other entrepreneurs, and they took me in as a mentor. It was actually when I was in Bali. They took me in as a mentor, and I managed to so it was like a sprint of 8 weeks per group, and I managed to do 3 groups like that. So I was just helping a group of people start up their businesses. It was absolutely free. It was just like a karmic thing. You basically help somebody, and someone will help you, and it really works. It really worked for me. But I just kept myself busy really helping those people, just to have something to do. It's very important that you as a man keep yourself busy. If you have been after a breakup or loss of career or whatever, just keep going, just do something and wait it out. It's it's not gonna work immediately, because everything is cyclical, so it will take time. But just know that you keep going, and something definitely is going to work out, as long as you stay so sober and you don't do any stupid things, and you just keep going. Okay. Yeah, I'm just thinking where I was just a year ago. Oh my God. Yeah, I was okay. I was in California, I was with a friend. I was, helping her grieve because she lost her husband. But at that time, things were not really. I mean, in terms of income, it wasn't working out for me. But I was building, working on things that I knew that probably could have a potential to mature in the future. I didn't know that, but I just, kept on doing something. I always just kept myself busy. So that is really what I wanted to share with you. I'm so happy I got this, okay? All right, maybe I'll see you later. I wanted to add something. Before I got the job and was able to clean the toilets and do physical labor, I was looking, I couldn't get anything because I've been away, and I used to, I used to run my own stuff. I haven't really been in a job, like a 9-to-5 job, since I was 19. And what I've done to keep myself busy was just walking. I would walk back and forward to town, just do anything I could to keep myself busy and move towards prosperity, okay? And I was walking every day. Well, first I started walking about 5 miles a day, and then when I moved a little bit further from town, I would walk 2.5 hours each day, each way. So I would walk almost 5 hours daily, back and forward, just to keep moving. I would make it difficult for myself in terms of, going uphill, so that my body moved, and during that time, I didn't have time to be depressed, So it's very important to just keep moving. And the other bit, obviously, is the internal dialogue. This is a big topic for me. Not talking bad to yourself. Just be gentle on yourself. The inner talk is the most important thing. How you talk to yourself, what you say, how you talk to others. Everything, influences your state of being. I'm sure you know all of that. I'm just sharing how I cope with it and coping with it. So I thought I'd finish the videos today, but I went out to have something to eat. I listened to a YouTube video. He was talking about the telomeres and aging, and these points. I thought that, that's what I've been doing, because he was just talking about, moving, being in good company. Also, actually, loneliness is number one aging thing, is being lonely. But it depends on how you go through loneliness. Now, for example, I'm not lonely. I am surrounded by people, which is really important. But when I am with myself, I really enjoy the time with myself, So, but otherwise, during the day, no, it is really important to be surrounded by people, real people, not internet, but physical people, and do something. Doesn't matter what kind of work. If it's not your main occupation, I mean, if it's not your main specialty, or your what you used to specialize in, it doesn't matter. If you're going through hard times, just be around people and just do things, and that it's just a path. We all got to go through with it, and how we go through with it, actually we decide. For me, it's important there is a heart in it, that I do things out of love. And the final bit, I guess, is forgiveness of yourself and others who hurt you. During the last 2 years, I've been working on 2 big projects, and you know what? Both failed again. I mean, failed what? Like, those people who promised me that I worked with, they kind of just, I can't say that they failed completely, because they're still, they haven't succeeded. One of them is kind of still something is going on, it might happen the other one. I don't know. What I've decided to do, because I've been fighting to make them happen, but it was just not working out. So, to take care of my health and my mental state, I just decided to just let them go, and forgive those people. I could see that maybe sometimes previously in my life, not maybe, but for sure, I've been in similar situations on the other side. So, I'm just showing the lesson. When you see the full picture, you can't really be angry at anything. Do you know what I mean? So, be good to yourself and keep moving. Thanks for watching and subscribing and liking and commenting. See you soon.